the Blue Jays absolutely throw up a stinker in the finale of the series against the Cleveland Indians, losing 4-0. But this game's not about the Blue Jays losing 4-0 to the Cleveland Indians. It's Marcus Stroman and the Toronto Blue Jays. Now, which it's leaning more towards the yes, but if that right there was Marcus Stroman's last outing as a Toronto Blue Jay, he did not disappoint. If you guys have watched these videos that I have posted here almost daily during these Jays seasons over the past, 3 years? You know what, maybe now 4. I started in 16, 17, 18, and we're now in 19. So yeah, 4 years now. You will know that my I wouldn't say heart, but my love for Marcus Stroman as a pitcher is incredible. I've always loved watching this guy play. Me, as not a very tall guy myself, seeing him go out there and dominate. And people continue to say his size is a factor, and he goes out there and dominates. And I don't care what anybody says about his energy on the mound. That's what makes him so good. You saw it even today, and it's with a team that he could be gone in his next start, with a team that, isn't very good. He still shows the energy. He still does everything he can to help that team win on a nightly basis. Now, yes, he picks up the loss, but the Jays' offense, well, what offense? They had one hit. Shane Bieber won a complete game, 9 innings of one-hit balls, struck out 10. But Marcus Stroman did not have a shabby game whatsoever. He threw 7 innings, gave up 5 hits, 1 run, walked 1, and struck out 6. Marcus Stroman was nothing short of incredible, dropping his ERA to 2.96. He's right near the top of the American League, one near the top of the league in ERA, and he's well deserved. Now, as you guys know, I personally would love to keep him around, and I love Marcus Stroman as a pitcher, and I've always wanted to keep him around as a Blue Jay, but we continue to hear that things are moving towards trading him. I can't see why they're not trading him, blah, 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 blah. Well, if in fact he does get traded, I just want to say thank you to Marcus Stroman for some incredible moments. For some incredible years. He is one incredible pitcher. He bled this city. He has a tattoo of his city, of this city, either on his back or chest. I'm sorry this little bit's going on a little long. But the guy deserves it. He still wants to be here. But whether his agent and the Blue Jays feel the same way, I don't think so. It's just the way things are sounding. So I'm going to end it off with this. Thank you, Marcus Stroman, for an absolutely incredible tenure with the Blue Jays. And no matter what team he goes to, I wish him nothing but success. I'm praying it's not the Yankees because I don't really want to cheer for the Yankees, but I can't. I will cheer for Stroman, not the Yankees. But you guys know where I'm getting at with this. Thank you, Marcus. That's all I'm going to say. All right? And I'm not going to say anything about the offense for the Blue Jays because there was none. And the bullpen wasn't very good. Got to say, Daniel Hudson gave up 1 hit in his inning of work. He gave up the it was the RBI ground out to Luplow. It was the RBI single to Greg Allen. And then Wilmer Font came in, and he just hasn't been good as a Blue Jay so far. Daniel Hudson? No, he gave up the sac fly to Mercado in the 8th. And then Wilmer Font came out in the 9th inning and gave up 3 hits and 2 runs in his 1 inning of work. But at this point, we don't really care. Honestly, I think all our thoughts right now are Marcus Stroman. Yeah, Vladdy had an 0-for-2 ball game with a walk. Okay, whatever. Doesn't really matter at this point. Gurriel went 0-for-2 with a strikeout. Whatever. This game was just the hype of the finale of Marcus Stroman. We've seen it many times before with guys getting moved. With Josh Donaldson, ideally it was kind of a iffy situation, I guess, in that standpoint. But with Marcus Stroman, that guy has been up and down somewhat in his career, but he's had a lot more up than down. He has done everything he can for the city, the country, this team. And we can't do anything but thank him. And honestly, that's where I'm going to leave it. because the Jays game today, it doesn't need to be discussed. They lost 4-0. Marcus was awesome. The bullpen gave up a few runs. And the team had 1 hit. Enough said. Shane Bieber was awesome. He was incredible. All-star worthy. Went all-star MVP. Good for him. He won the MVP in this ball game today. Do you want a complete game 1 hitter? Great job by Shane Bieber. Now we're going to go to the minor leagues. And with Marcus Stroman possibly on the move, pitching is going to be at a premium for the Blue Jays. All right, Bo Bichette was 0 for 5 in the ball game with a walk and a couple strikeouts there in Buffalo, so not a great game for him. Struggling a little bit as of late. But Rowdy Tellez went 1 for 3, walked twice and scored 2 runs. He's been playing pretty well lately. Richard Urania continues to swing the bat really well. He went 3 for 5 with an RBI and a run scored. He's in 268 on the year is Richard Urania. And on the mound, TJ Zook. And the problem with Zook, at least in the last few games for him, the walk total. He walked 5 guys in 6 innings there today. He gave 10 runs, 4 runs. All 4 were earned and struck out 3. He has not been very good at AAA. Now, again, he hasn't pitched very much, but you want to start seeing progression out of your young pitchers. And for TJ, I mean, he'll be fine. I'm not worried about him, but to see him go out there today and struggle, it's not great to watch. But he's young. He's 23 years old, maybe 24 now. I think he's still 23. He's in AAA. He's going to learn there now. He ain't going anywhere else. He ain't going back down to AA. He's dominated that enough. So for TJ Zook, it's all a matter of time to see what happens. Hey, if he has a great end of the season, we're not talking about this, right? So let's go down to the AA New Hampshire Fisher Cats, where there was a very good outing on the mound. We'll get to him in a second here. Forrest Wall went 1 for 3 with a walk and 2 runs scored. He's in 272 in the year. Santiago Espinal, 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. And he's hitting 270 on the year. And I think if you're looking at the Blue Jays and you're looking at the minor leagues and you see guys like Espinal and Forrest Wall and Kevin Smith and guys like that, you look at them and you're like, those are guys that are going to be called up to AAA next season with Bo Bichette and Biggio out of the wings. Now that they're gone now from that AAA level, you're going to see guys like Forrest Wall, Espinal, Kevin Smith, Chet Spanger probably not. But again, you're going to see those kind of guys get moved up one more spot. Now, Kevin Smith, like I just mentioned, had a great ball game again today. The month of July has been incredible for Kevin Smith. He went 2 for 4 again today. He's now hitting 201 on the year. He finally gets over that Mendoza line. And again, Kevin Smith put a great July together, hitting over 300 and getting that batting average up to 200 plus. So it's good to see for Kevin Smith, and you want to continue to see him progress as the season comes to a close. For the New Hampshire Fish Cats, Riley Adams 0 for 3 with a walk and a run scored. Struck out 3 times, though. And on the mound, Nate Pearson. We have not seen Nate Pearson straight up dominate AA as of yet. But I think today was like a coming out party for the young fella. He went 5 2/3 of hitless ball. Walked 1 guy and struck out 8. His ERA now is dropped to 2.93 for Nate Pearson. Now, this could be a guy. I'm not saying it'll happen, but this could be a guy that once the September call-ups do come up, you're going to see guys like Richard Urania get called up, Rowdy Tellez, guys like that, and then you're going to see some pitching. You might see a TJ Zook come up. You might see if David Polino hurt still. I don't know. If eventually he comes up, you're going to need some guys to pitch in AAA. Nate Pearson's dominating. Now, do you want to wait the year out, let him play all year in AA, and then kind of do what you did with Vladdy and Bo this season, or I guess more or less Bo this season? Let them dominate the start of AAA and then bring them up, have that year of service time kind of thing. I don't know how they're going to play it out with Nate Pearson, but what I saw today from him, straight up dominance. 5 2/3 of no-hit ball with 8 strikeouts. Come on. ERA of sub-3. He's dominating. And I can't wait to see Nate Pearson dominate the big leagues because it's going to be happening pretty soon. All right, Dunedin, they got rained out again. They've been rained out a lot lately. They were rained out again today. And down for the Lansing Lugnuts, Griffin Conine, another rough ball game. I don't know what's going on with him. 0 for 4, 3 more strikeouts. He's at 282 batting average, but really tough time for Griffin Conine as of late. But Otto Lopez, the guy, the shortstop, continues to dominate. He went 2 for 4 again today with a run scored. He's hitting 298. Remember, this guy's a 19-year-old. hitting 298 in A ball. So he's a guy that you're going to see in Dunedin next year. It's great to see the 20-year-old in there. Maybe he'll dominate, and who knows what's going to happen. Many other positives down there, no. But on the mound, we have not seen this yet from the young fella, Juan de Paula. Why does that name sound familiar? He was ideally the main key cog in the Kevin Pillar trade to San Francisco. 21-year-old guy down in A-ball, hasn't really done anything as of yet down there until today. You know, it took him quite a while. He had an ERA of over 9. But today he went 5 2/3, 4 hits, 1 run, was not an earned run, walked 3 and struck out 2, so his ERA dropped to 7.81. It's still terrible. But you got to see positives from your young guys. So seeing a Nate Pearson go out today, seeing a Juan de Paula go out there today and pitch really well, it makes the people looking at Marcus Stroman's situation maybe ease up a little bit. I don't know. It's still going to be a really, really tough time when Marcus Stroman gets moved, because it's a guy that I've always loved watching. And I don't want him in any other jersey but a Blue Jays uniform, but it just kind of looks that way right now, and it sucks. But it's the reality of baseball and the reality of where the Blue Jays are and the kind of the way things are going. All right. Now, the Blue Jays have an off day tomorrow, and will they make the trade tomorrow, sending out guys? It would not surprise me. It's a Thursday. And then on Friday, they open up, it was a weekend series, a 3-game set? Yeah, 3-game set against the Tampa Bay Rays. You just played a team in Cleveland who's playing really good ball. Now you got to play the Tampa Bay Rays, who have not been playing good baseball, but they're still 11 games over 500. And we all know as Blue Jay fans, whenever the Blue Jays face the Rays, no matter if the Jays have a 100-win team and the Rays have won 30 games, or if it's the way it is now and they're hunting for a playoff spot and we're in the dumps, we cannot beat the Tampa Bay Rays for our life. Tropicana Field or Rogers Center, it does not matter. So we're going to have to wait and see how the whole thing plays out. Game 1 goes on Friday. Jacob Waguespack is the expected starter in that game. I'm assuming they're going to have an opener in that game because there's no starter listed for them, at least in that one. And then on Saturday, Blake Snell, who has actually not had a good year, ERA of 4.2 after winning the ERA title last season, and pitcher of the year, obviously, well deserved last season. And then Ryan Baraki on the mound for the Blue Jays. A couple lefties going at it in Game 2. And the finale goes on Sunday. It's Aaron Sanchez. Now, you've seen Aaron Sanchez do a great thing against Cleveland. Now, what can he do against a really good team in Tampa Bay? He's gotten 2 back-to-back really good squads. What's he going to do? All right, he finishes up the finale there on Sunday afternoon. Again, nobody listed right now for the Tampa Bay Rays. So, again, it could be another opener thing. But doesn't really matter up to this point, all right? So, you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. You guys enjoyed this video, and you guys enjoyed Marcus Stroman's 10 years of Blue Jay, if it's up, which we're assuming it is, but if it's not, fantastic. What'd you think of the Blue Jays ball game today, which, other than Marcus Stroman, was an absolute snooze fest? What did you thought of the minor leaguers? What are your thoughts on Nate Pearson? What do you think they should do with Nate Pearson? I want to hear your thoughts on all of these guys, all these minor leaguers that I've discussed there today. And in the comments below, guys, please, all right, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. But I want to hear your guys' discussions about Marcus Stroman. What is your fondest memory of Marcus Stroman? You could arguably say the home run that he hit. I don't know if you guys can give me the memory of when, or not when really, where, what ballpark was it that Marcus Stroman hit the home run? I want to say Coors Field, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't. I have no idea. I'm not too sure. It's not even close to me. But if you guys can let me know in the comments where that home run was hit, please let me know. Also, I want to hear your guys' thoughts on Marcus Stroman. What is your fondest memory? Was it any playoff performances? Was it the straight up dominance that he had in September of that 2015 playoff run? I want to hear your guys' thoughts about Marcus Stroman, because you know what, the kid deserves it. Sorry, not kid. He's older than me, but you know what I mean. He deserves it. You know, he deserves to be on a contending team. That's where he plays his best. But my fondest memory of Marcus Stroman, it's all the incredible playoff performances he has given us. No matter if he's had a rocky regular season, John Gibbons always placed him right at the front end of that rotation come playoff time. Nobody batted an eye. You know why? Because we all knew what type of pitcher he was. he was a playoff pitcher. What are your thoughts on Marcus Stroman? What was your fondest memory of him? Please let me know in the comments below. And check out my main man, Mo Buckets, on Twitter, guys. Blue Jays Wave on Instagram. I'll be on the podcast again tomorrow with him. And it's going to be a lot of fun, once again, as it always is. Talking Blue Jays, talking Marcus Stroman, possible trade opportunities that are going to be happening for the Blue Jays. Any dark horses that I think could be moved. I don't know. It's going to be really interesting to talk about when it comes to the Blue Jays with the trade deadline podcast, as he told me, heading into tomorrow. All right, so guys, check out Blue Jays Wave on Instagram. If you have not listened to their podcast, please go do so on their Instagram page. There's a link to it there. And my Twitter is down below, guys. Follow up, send me a DM, do all that great stuff. And I'll talk to you guys Blue Jays edition, Game 1 of the 3-game set against the Tampa Bay Rays. There, Friday, 7:07 first pitch at Rogers Center. Jacob Waguespack is the expected starter in Game 1 of the 3-game series. But the question remains, with tomorrow being an off day, will this team on Friday of Game 1 against the Tampa Bay Rays, will they look the same? We're going to have to wait and see, but I want to say thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and Marcus Stroman's time as a Toronto Blue Jay. We'll talk to you guys then.